Hello guys. So I said one of my next videos would be about depression and anxiety. So here we go. I did also say that I would be posting a few videos tonight. So here goes the first one. This video would be about depression and how some people can possibly cope with it. So yeah. Today I have with me my journal, kinda. I wrote in it a few times, but I'm gonna read some of what I go through out of here, you know. Um, so yeah, a few things on how to cope with depression. Medication is always not the answer. Like, it's not always the answer to fixing your depression or calming it down. Sometimes you just have to try and work it out yourself. If medication is a option, I would take it, but if it doesn't help, then try and help yourself. Don't end up in a mental hospital. Just don't. Like, talk it out with people that you can trust, and maybe your parents can help you if you feel like you can't really talk to your parents, go to someone you truly trust to get advice from. Friends are not the best people to get advice from because we never really know how they feel at the end of the day. Some of them don't share their feelings. Some of them are hurting inside too. So I wouldn't recommend friends as a coping skill, you know. So writing for me as a coping skill, it could be one for you too. I love taking photos, so that's a coping skill for me as well. Drawing is a coping skill. Listening to music is also a coping skill. If you use these already, good for you. But writing down your feelings and reading them to yourself or reading to them someone you trust, like an adult, like a really trusting adult, would be something you could do. It's better at some points. So, yeah. So right now I'm going to read a few passages from my journal. So, one is about fake love. So, I don't know if all of you know the definition of love, fake love, lust at that, but love is an intense feeling of deep affection. You should only use I love you to someone you truly love, because if you use it too much and you don't mean it, it could really hurt somebody at the end of the day because they really feel that you love them and they may love you too. So don't overuse it like I do, or don't use it at all if you don't feel that way. Fake love is a person who loves you until you do something wrong and they leave you. So fake love is basically like telling someone that you love them and you really don't. Like, for instance, I had a individual person in my life who totally just used I love you as a phrase and as a word of intention just to feel some type of way. And then at the end of the day, they were like, I don't love you anymore. You will always love somebody. You can't lose love. So it was fake love. True love, a person loves you no matter what. So, that's the thing. So I said, I don't really know the point of fake love. There are no points to fake love. Someone you either love or you don't. My love for anyone is real because I never really knew what the definition of fake love is. If you continue to pretend to be there for someone, you were never really there for them in the first place. The day you become distant is the day you forgot how much you really love that person, but then when they are gone, you miss them. You want them back. You want the happy times back. You forget what made you distant in the first place. But when they're back, you remember, but then you also become honest with them on why you left in the first place. I'm not going to share why I feel this way, because I don't want to give those people the attention that they want. But to work on your depression, right, do what I do. Don't follow me. Don't just write down your problems. Anybody who can write their problems on a piece of paper are better at writing to people than to talking. If you ever end up in a mental hospital and you have to go away for months, the longest a mental hospital can keep you for is 5 days to a week. Long-term hospitals can keep you for 6 months to a year. 3 to 6 months, and then 6 months to a year at the longest, just to help you. Just don't continue on the cycle that you go down when you come out of a mental hospital. I wouldn't recommend going into one. I would just recommend you talk, or you write, or you do something you love. Find your passion and go along with it. Don't keep your feelings inside. I learned that. I still do it, but you have to let loose. So, I really want people to understand those concepts. So, also, do a daily check-in with yourself. Your emotion, how you want your day to go, and keep that in your mind and continue on how you want it to go and not how you feel it's going to go. Don't wake up in the morning and say, this is going to be a bad day. Say, this is going to be an amazing day, and keep that going. Keep it going every day of your life until you are better. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to be okay or you're going to be fine. No, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed therapist. But every therapist who does tell you it's going to be okay, just talk about your problems. I'll understand. I do understand. No, we only understand what we are going through unless they lived what we're going through, unless they were with us when we were going through it. Other than that, only ourselves know what we are feeling, what we are going through, and how it's impacting us. Always be with your family. Never neglect your family. If you have siblings, always be there for them. If you really are close with your mom, always love them, because they are the only people who are going to be there for you at the end of the day when you need somebody and can't rely on who you want to rely on. Don't use your friends as a reliable person to talk to all the time. I did that. I still kind of do. But when you watch your friends listen to your problems, ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they're okay. Because some of them cannot handle what we are telling them. Some of them have already lived it and don't want to relive it. So maybe think about what they are going through before you talk to them. If you need a shoulder to cry on, yes, maybe a friend is a good coping skill at the time, but don't abuse that coping skill. Also, something else, you could make your lock screen or your home screen a quote of how you want to feel and read it every day. Write on a piece of paper and tape it to your mirror. This is what I want to feel, or good morning, beautiful. You know? Or put something over your bed that you can read every day. I don't, but it's a good coping skill. It will help you. Just get through it. I know you can. You should know you can. And if you ever need someone to talk to, my Instagram, my Snapchat will always be in the description. And I'm always here. So that is my intake on depression. And I really hope that it helps some of you. So, like I said, I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Good night, beautifuls.